The annual yard sale was an event that Tasha's mother cherished, a tradition that Tasha half-heartedly entertained but never fully embraced. It always began with the attic, a cavernous space cluttered with remnants of past generations. This year, her mother's excitement seemed heightened, an eagerness that made Tasha both nostalgic and cautious. The attic was thick with the smell of aged wood and time-worn fabric. Dust particles drifted lazily through beams of light from a single window, illuminating shelves stuffed with boxes and trinkets. As they shuffled through cluttered belongings, Tasha's mother called her over, hands reverently dusting off a large, heavy trunk. "This," her mother said, voice tinged with pride, "is the family trunk. My grandmother's great-aunt received this mirror as a gift over 2 centuries ago." Her eyes shone as though she were revealing an heirloom too precious for words. Tasha leaned in, the intrigue undeniable. The trunk's lock opened easily, and inside lay the mirror, wrapped in velvet that seemed almost untouched by time. The mirror's frame was cold and ornate, lined with gold filigree that shimmered in the attic's dim light. The surface, smooth and polished, looked deceptively innocent. Yet the air around it felt charged, as though the mirror held its own quiet power, its own story. When Tasha lifted the mirror, an inexplicable warmth spread through her fingers. She didn't notice her mother's distant look, the way her gaze lingered on the mirror, both admiring and fearful. That night, unable to sleep, Tasha returned to the mirror. In the privacy of her room, the reflection felt intimate and unsettling, as if her image was studying her as much as she was studying it. Under the soft lamplight, the mirror brought out details she hadn't noticed before. The delicate arch of her brow, the faint, almost ethereal glow to her skin. She felt beautiful, but more than that, she felt powerful. Her friends and family soon noticed a change. A friend commented over coffee, "You look radiant, Tasha." And for the first time, Tasha didn't brush it off. She felt a strange satisfaction. Each night, she returned to the mirror, examining herself with a fascination that bordered on obsession. She felt herself changing, becoming bolder, more confident, but something inside her warned of the intensity that was overtaking her. She dismissed it, trusting in the exhilaration the mirror gave her. The dreams began as faint whispers and shadows, but soon they grew vivid and consuming. Tasha found herself wandering through dimly lit hallways in grand estates she'd never seen before, her footsteps echoing on stone floors. At the end of each hall stood a woman, ageless yet ancient, watching her with a knowing smirk. One night, the woman approached her in the dream, dressed in an elegant gown from another century. She held an identical mirror, gazing into it with admiration that bordered on obsession. "Beautiful," the woman whispered. Her gaze shifted to Tasha with a possessive hunger, and the moment their eyes met, Tasha felt an invisible cord binding them. The dreams became more frequent, and with each one, Tasha felt less like herself. The woman in the mirror began haunting her, her smirk and piercing gaze leaving a lingering fear that Tasha couldn't quite shake. Tasha began hearing the whispers during the day. They were faint at first, just subtle compliments, soft suggestions. But they soon became a constant murmur, filling her mind with praise and encouragement, urging her to return to the mirror. Each time she looked, the mirror seemed to grant her a new beauty, a confidence that bordered on vanity. It was intoxicating. Tasha's reflection appeared radiant, flawless, and there was a power in that beauty that she had never known before. She became withdrawn, spending hours at a time staring into the glass, her friends and family growing increasingly distant in her mind. Her mother, sensing something was amiss, warned her gently, "Be careful, Tasha. The mirror, it has a history, a hold on the women in our family. Don't let it consume you." But Tasha brushed off the warning, consumed by a need to be with her reflection. As the whispers continued, Tasha's behavior shifted dramatically. She became colder, more aloof, her former warmth replaced by a detached elegance. She began adopting the style and demeanor of another time, her reflection guiding her movements as though she were mimicking the woman in the mirror. Friends attempted to intervene, but Tasha dismissed them, accusing them of jealousy. Her family became worried, noticing her distance, the almost haunted look in her eyes. Her obsession with the mirror grew, an addiction that she was powerless to break. One evening she looked into the mirror and saw not herself, but the woman from her dreams, beautiful yet terrifying, her gaze penetrating and possessive. Tasha was entranced and terrified, unable to look away. The mirror became her life. She barely left her room, the whispers her constant companions guiding her every thought. Her reflection grew more beautiful, almost unearthly, and she felt the mirror's power coursing through her veins. But her body began to show signs of wear. Dark circles appeared under her eyes, and her once vibrant skin grew pale and thin. Her reflection, however, remained flawless, almost mocking her with its beauty. Her family grew desperate, her mother pleading with her to release the mirror. "It's a curse, Tasha. Every woman who owned it, they never reached 50. But Tasha's vanity and hunger for power had taken root too deeply. As her physical form withered, Tasha's spirit remained bound to the mirror. She was trapped, unable to resist its pull, even as her strength faded. Her reflection showed her youthful and beautiful, but she could feel the life draining from her. The whispers turned mocking, the voice of the woman in the mirror taunting her. "Beauty comes at a price, Tasha. You knew that, didn't you?" Her reflection's eyes held a dark satisfaction, the hunger for her soul finally revealed. Desperate, Tasha tried to break free, but the mirror held her captive. Her once vibrant soul was now a shadow, lost within the glass. In her final hours, Tasha discovered journals and family records detailing the tragic fates of the mirror's previous owners. Each woman had been blessed with beauty and fortune, only to be consumed by the mirror's curse before reaching 50. The spirit of the woman who originally owned the mirror had bound herself to it, cursing it to drain the life force of each new owner, allowing her spirit to remain young and beautiful. On the night of her 50th birthday, Tasha felt the mirror's call stronger than ever. She spent the night gazing into it, her reflection fading as the woman in the mirror took her place. She felt her essence slipping away, her life force feeding the woman's unending hunger. The next day, Tasha's family found her lifeless, her body aged beyond recognition, lying beside the mirror. Her soul trapped within, her beauty forever preserved in the woman's chilling gaze. The mirror now sits in the family attic, waiting for the next unwitting soul. A faint image lingers within, a beautiful woman's eyes watching, waiting, her hunger eternal. Enjoyed the story? Don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating tales. And hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support keeps these stories coming.